We take a look at number 2. Again, this is a quartic. The highest exponent is 4. So that means it's going to have 4 solutions. The degree is 4. Number of solutions is 4. There's 4 terms. So just like a quadratic, when you have 4 terms, or any polynomial, when you have 4 terms, you're going to use grouping. So I'm going to group the first 2 together and group the back 2. My GCF from the first group is x cubed, and I'm left with x plus 2. Bring down that minus sign. My GCF between x and 2 is 1. And whatever your first parenthesis is, that's what your back parenthesis is going to be. Again, the sign changed because technically your GCF is negative. It's a negative 1. So whenever your GCF is negative, it changes your signs to the opposite. So this negative 2 now becomes a positive 2. And then we make our 2 parentheses here. Our GCFs go together in 1. And my repeating parenthesis goes in the other. Again, always check and make sure, can I factor my parentheses, particularly with quartics? I can't do anything with x plus 2, but we have 2 perfect cubes. So 1's a perfect cube, x cubed is a perfect cube, so we can use the SOAP method to factor that first parenthesis. So I'm going to make a little parenthesis and a big parenthesis, and then I'm just going to kind of drop this in the back. Again, using SOAP, you cube root, I'm going to use green, color code this better. Cube root the 2 terms. The cube root of x cubed is x. The cube root of 1 is 1. Then fill in your big parentheses. Square the front to get the front. Square the back to get the back. Multiply the 2 to get the middle. 1 times x is just 1x. And then we can use the SOAP method to fill in our signs. S stands for same, so we started out with a minus sign, so that's going to stay a minus sign. O stands for opposite, so opposite of minus is plus. AP stands for always positive, that's always going to be a plus sign. And what's nice about SOAP is when you are done factoring using the SOAP method, you're done factoring, you can't do anything else. So I'm going to go ahead, set each factor equal to 0, and solve. I'm going to solve the 2 binomials first because those seem pretty simple. Add the 1 over, x is equal to 1. Move the 2 over, x is equal to negative 2. And then we always have to solve that big parenthesis using the quadratic formula. And it's nice. It's written up here for us, so I don't have to rewrite it. So looking at that quadratic formula, I'm going to fill out the bones. So we have x is equal to, and I'm going to put some lines here to make it organized, negative plus or minus the square root, b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Fill it in. Yep. And label. A is 1, B is 1, and C is 1. Everything is 1. There's a 1 in front of the x squared. There's a 1 in front of the x. Fill it in. Looking at the formula, B goes here and here. A goes there, C goes there, A goes there. It really doesn't matter if you mess it up on this one because they're all the same. Simplify it down. That becomes negative 1 plus or minus some radical all over 2 times 1 is 2. You can plug this in, and when we do, we get 1 minus 4, which is negative 3. This can be simplified. Just take out the I and make the 3 positive. So your final answer is negative 1 plus or minus I radical 3 all over 2. And there's your final 2 roots because of that plus or minus sign. So 1, 2, 3, 4 roots. It matches.